Today we will be conducting our experiment, Melt the Ice. Our experiment is suitable for reception year students.
We will be exploring the properties of matter and how we can manipulate its properties, turning liquid into solids and then back to liquid again. We will learn about how we can freeze water, which is a liquid, into ice, which is a solid matter.
In this experience, we will also learn about the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and how they form secondary colors when they combine. Now, let's begin our experiment.
While doing this activity with students, please keep in mind the following safety consideration.
First, use food-safe dye in case students accidentally consume the solution. Second, as food dyes can stain our clothes, students need to wear art smokes to protect their clothes from spills. Third, use materials that are made from plastic to prevent breakage. Fourth, wash your hands with soap and warm water after the experiment. Food dye will temporarily dye our skin, but the stains can be easily removed after washing our hands. Fifth, please do not consume the water and dye solution. Even though food-safe materials are used, students should not be drinking and eating during the experiment. Sixth, if a hairdryer is used, students must use it under supervision of the educator.
These are our resources. We have a tray, 3 plastic cups, a jug of water, red, blue, and yellow food dye, 3 chopsticks or dowels, a dropper, ice cube tray, paper towels, and a hairdryer.
In step 1, we will fill 3 cups with water. Next, add the blue food dye to one of the cups, the yellow food dye in the second cup, and the red food dye in the third cup. Add about 4 drops of dye in each cup. Give each cup a stir using a dowel or a chopstick to mix the food dye and water solution. Remember to use a separate dowel each time to prevent cross-contamination. Once our solution is ready, we can use the dropper to fill up the ice cube trays. Clean your dropper between every color to prevent cross-contamination. When the ice cube trays are filled, pop the tray into the freezer and wait. Our ice cubes are ready. Take them out of the freezer. Then lay out a paper towel onto the tray. Provide students with ice cubes. Make sure they have ice cubes of every color. At this point, notice what happens to the ice. We will see the ice melting, changing from a solid state to a liquid state. We can then use a hairdryer to blow hot air onto the ice cubes. What happens now? Also, take notes of what happens to the colors when the ice melts. Do they make a new color? When they turn into liquid, we can see how the primary colors of the liquid will mix and form secondary colors. When the ice cubes have melted and every inch of your paper towels has been colored, hang the paper towel outside to dry. Once they are completely dry, you will have beautiful pieces of art to take home. Our recommendations for success are: first, having towels or access to a sink ready before you start the experiment. Second, we suggest educators have a separate tray of readily frozen ice cubes beforehand so that they can carry out the second half of this experiment without having to wait for too long. If preferred, educators can repeat the experiments again at a later time or day using the ice cubes that the students prepared themselves.
The purpose of this experiment is for students to observe the changes in the states of matter. Water can exist as a solid, liquid, or gas. In our lesson, we focus particularly on solids and liquids only. When water freezes, it passes from a liquid to a solid state. Therefore, freezing occurs when temperature decreases. Conversely, when heat is applied or when the temperature increases, ice will change from the solid to a liquid. This learning experience is integrated with the arts as well. Through this experiment, students will learn that red, blue, and yellow are primary colors, and by mixing primary colors together, we form secondary colors. For example, mixing red and yellow will create orange. Red and blue will create purple. Yellow and blue will create green. At the end of this experiment, students will take home a piece of art made using scientific concepts.